I read the final chapter of the version I had been, and put the book down gently on the table up between the life I was and everything, the life I had my hold. A sacred pause between the story finished and untold. I sat inside the silence for a minute and a year, and everything I carried became somehow very clear. Not resolved, unresolved, things don't resolve that fast or clean, but clear in terms of what they meant and what they'd always been. The losses and the victories, the drafts and the rewrites, the bridges and the crossings and the beautiful dark nights, all pointing to the threshold of the next unwritten thing. After the last page there is always another first. The after of not emptiness, it is the quench first, and the appetite returning for the meal you haven't had. The after of not absence of the good or of the bad, it's the neutral point between two stories breathing whole. The after of the last page is the reset of the soul. I've been at that reset point 3 times, and every time I stood there terrified that I had used my last good rhyme. But every after gave me something previous spinning hold. Oh, I kind of understand it's something new and bold. To say the after of the last page is the richest place to be. After the last page there is always another one. After the last page there is always the night sun. Don't grieve if in a story, let it rest in what it was. After the last page is where the real next chapter does its opening. After last is always after the last page we begin again. After the last page there is always then, and then becomes the now, and now becomes a new first line of the story that we're writing in the most important time. After the last page we don't close the book. After the last page we take another look at who we are and what we built and what remains to be. The after of the last page is the fullest kind of free. After the last page we have always been the ones. After the last page rising with 1,000 different suns. Turn the page, write the first word, begin the new. Turn the page, every ending is a door to the true. After the last page is the bravest kind of start. After the last page is the opening of the heart. After the last page, the best chapter is still ahead. After the last page we begin again. After the last page there is always then, and then becomes a now, and now becomes a new first line of the story that we're writing in the most important time. After the last page we don't close the book. After the last page we take another look at who we are and what we built and what remains to be. The after of the last page is the fullest kind of free. After the last page we have always been the ones. After the last page rising with 1,000 different suns. The last page is not an ending, it's a comma, not a stop. The last page is the platform and the stories that drop into the next beginning and the next in every after. After the last page is always filled with something after. After the last page the story never ends. After the last page we begin again. After the last page there is always then, and then becomes a now, and now becomes a new first line of the story that we're writing in the most important time. After the last page we don't close the book. After the last page take another look at who we are and what we built and what remains to be. The after of the last page is the fullest kind of free. After the last page we have always been the ones. After the last page rising with 1,000 different suns. After the last page we open to more. After the last page we find the next door. The story never ends with us, it turns. After the last page the next chapter burns.
They said that greatness was a gift you either got or didn't. They're the ones who made it had a thing, the rest of us just isn't. Equipped when I was 17 the day I heard that lie, and something in my chest stood up and simply said not I didn't have the prodigy, the silver spoon to start. I had a stubborn resolution living in my heart, and now we're looking for the people who have built what they became, who weren't handed anything but answered when it came. They're grinding in the dark and showing up when nothing gave, who wrote their own beginning in the dirt beside the grave of every expectation that was never theirs to meet. I studied those who built themselves from raw and finished clay, who turned their disadvantage to the sharpest kind of blade. I found that every single one that walked the same dark road, the willingness to carry pain was the distinguishing code. Not talent, not connection, not the family or the name, but radical commitment to the process of the game. I chose to be a student of the thing I wanna be, and every day I practice is the day that builds the me that I am becoming through the discipline I keep. The greatness isn't born, it's built in hours that others sleep. And every hammer strike on the raw material of self. You were not born to finish things, you are the thing being made. Every single day of practice is another drop of trade between the you of yesterday and the you of what will be. Built not born, that is the most liberating thing to see. You are the builder and the building and the blueprint all in one. Built not born, we made ourselves from stone. Built not born, we carved it to the bone. Every repetition in the dark when no one watches grow. Every discipline we chose was just another seed we sowed. Built not born, we are the architects of us. Built not born, forged from patience and from trust. The prodigy was never us and never had to be, because we built a version of ourselves the world will always see. Built not born, through every humble start. Built not born, the greatest gift is a willing heart. Built from the practice, built from the ground, built from the discipline of determined mind. Every brick we laid in quiet is the tower that we are. Built not born, we hammered every single scar. Built not born, the building never stops. Built not born, built not born, we are the architects of us. Built not born, forged from patience and from trust. The prodigy was never us and never had to be, because we built a version of ourselves the world will always see. Built not born, through every humble start. Built not born, the greatest gift is a willing heart. Talent is the ceiling, but the floor is built by will. Nobody ever closer to the summit of a hill. You once the longest were the ones who chose to build. Every day a little more, every silence to be filled. Built not born, pick up the hammer and begin. Built not born, we made ourselves from stone. Built not born, we carved it to the bone. Every repetition in the dark when no one watches grow. Every discipline we chose was just another seed we sowed. Built not born, we are the architects of us. Built not born, forged from patience and from trust. The prodigy was never us and never had to be, because he built a version of ourselves the world will always see. Built not born, through every humble start. Built not born, the greatest gift is a willing heart. Built not born, still under construction. Built not born, still under function of becoming every single day. Built not born, and that is how we stay. Yeah, I stood at the edge of the known, and the known was not enough. The map right now, right at the point where the going got rough. They said beyond this border, there was nothing to be found, but nothing felt like everything the moment I touched ground. I've been drawing new coordinates since I was barely 10, sketching futures in the margins of my notebooks back then. My teachers marked me wrong for seeing cities on blank page, but those blank pages are the stages I perform upon a day. Every unexplored corridor, every unlit hall, every border that they drew for me, I've broken through them all. The cartographer inside me never needed their permission. Yeah, I met a man at 30 who had never left his lane. He had all the tools for greatness, but was paralyzed by pain. Not the pain of failure, but the pain of what I'm not. The fear of drawing something that was worse than what he got. I told him that the mapper's path is terrifying and free, and that the only cartographer is no one took the leap. He took his first steps sideways in the 52nd year, and wrote the finest chapter of his life without the fear. I think about him often when the doubt begins to creep, and I remember that the bravest maps are drawn in the deep water of uncertainty where no one's ever gone. Pick up the pen and draw the road that doesn't exist yet. Every map begins with the first line in a moment of forget. Forget the borders given, forget the edges drawn before the cartographer and you was made to find the unmapped shore. Draw your line. The map begins the moment you move forward. Cartographer, we draw the maps the world forgot to make. Cartographer, we chart the roads for everyone to stake. Every line we draw in darkness is a path for those behind. Every yard of territory is a gift we leave for kind. Cartographer, we were born to find the edge. Cartographer, we were built to walk the ledge. Nobody mapped the places that became the world we know. Somebody had to walk into the dark and let it show. We are the cartographers of every untold road. We carry the unmapped world and we will never drop the load. Draw the line, cross the border, find the edge. Draw the line, claim the mountain, own the ledge. Whoa. Every map we make is for the ones who follow through. Every blank page is a world waiting for you. Cartographer, the map begins with you. We draw the maps the world forgot to make. We chart the roads for everyone to stake. Every line we draw in darkness is a path of those behind. Every charted territory is a gift we leave for kind. We were born to find the edge. We were built to walk the ledge. Nobody mapped the places that became the world we know. Somebody had to walk into the dark
dark and let it show. We are the Cartographers of every untold road. We carry the unmapped world and we will never drop the load. Blank pages are not empty, they are waiting to be known. Every unmapped mile ahead, a seed about to be sown. We are not lost, we are first. The Cartographer was always built for the unquenched thirst of the horizon, drawing the road of peace. Cartographer, we draw the maps the world forgot to make. Cartographer, we chart the roads for everyone at stake. Every line we draw in darkness is the path of those behind. Every uncharted territory is a gift we leave for kind. Cartographer, we were born to find the edge. Cartographer, we were built to walk the ledge. Nobody mapped the places that became the world we know. Somebody had to walk into the dark and let it show. We are the Cartographers of every untold road. We carry the unmapped world and we will never drop the load.
Cartographer, still drawing in the dark. Cartographer, still following the spark. Every road we made was once a dream.
Cartographer, we drew it at the seam.
We're the ones who woke before the city opened its eyes, before the alarm clocks and the coffee and the compromise. We were already moving through the breed-on silence deep, trading all the comfort of a guaranteed safe sleep for something no one promised us, but something we could feel, vibrating in the marrow of our bones like it was real. The dawn patrol moves quietly through corridors of dark, lit only by the hunger and the fire and the spark. We are not the loudest in the room, we are the first to move. We don't announce our practice, we just deepen in the groove of every sunrise. We have earned belongs to those who should. I've met the people on the dawn patrol, they have a certain look, a quiet sort of certainty that doesn't need a book to tell them who they are, validate the path they choose. They've paid the toll in advance and have nothing left to lose, except the dream itself, and that's too precious to let go. So every morning they get up before the world says go, and put in reps invisible to everyone around, and build the kind of mountain that the others never found. I joined this patrol at 18 with $2 to my name, came back at 25 on fire and I haven't been the same. The dawn patrol is where the ordinary becomes great. Before the world is watching, before the lights are on, before the crowd assembles and the curtain is withdrawn, that is where we live and breathe and build what we become. The dawn patrol is where the greatest work is always done. Set your clock before the rest and join us in the dawn patrol. We own the hours no one sees. Dawn patrol, we built our future on our knees. In the cold and quiet morning when the rest were still asleep, we were laying down the bricks of every promise we would keep. Dawn patrol, the hours before light. Dawn patrol, we traded sleep for fight. Nobody witnessed all the reps we put in before dawn. Nobody counted all the miles before the day was drawn. But we know what it took. Dawn patrol, our names are written in the book. Before the sunny run, this is the dawn patrol. Before the sun we run, we pay the early toll. Before the crowd we bow to the work alone. Before the light we wait for everything we've grown. Dawn patrol, the victory starts before the dawn. Dawn patrol, we own the hours no one sees. Dawn patrol, we built a future on our knees. In the cold and quiet morning when the rest were still asleep, we were laying down the bricks of every promise we would keep. Dawn patrol, the hours before light. Dawn patrol, we traded sleep for fame. Nobody witnessed all the reps we put in before dawn. Nobody counted all the miles before the day was drawn. No, we know what it took. Dawn patrol, our names are written in the book. The world rewards the visible but builds on the unseen. The dawn patrol has always lived in the space between the work and the result, the sea beneath the ground. The dawn patrol is where the greatest lives are found. Wake up, your dawn patrol is waiting all around. Dawn patrol, we own the hours no one sees. Dawn patrol, we built our future on our knees. In the cold and quiet morning when the rest was still asleep, we were laying down the bricks of every promise we would keep. Dawn patrol, the hours before light. the thirst. I've been so many people on the road to who I am. The child with the notebook and the poorly sketched out plan. The teenager who swallowed every cruel word they said and filed it in a cabinet inside the back of head. Labeled things to prove wrong when the moment finally came. I've been the one who nearly quit and nearly took the blame for everything that wasn't working, every misaligned season of the self. I've been so many versions, find me in the catalog of all the selves I shed and kept, in the journal of the years I've laughed and ached and wept. Every version of me was the building of the one you see. I used to be ashamed of every awkward in between, every version of myself that wasn't ready to be seen. The draft of 20 where I said the wrong thing to the room. The draft of 24 still living in the chrysalis of gloom. But I made peace with every version that I used to hide, because they were the price of admission to the other side. They were the necessary ugly before beautiful arrived. They were the proof of process, every version that survived. As one more thread into the fabric of the finished whole. Every version of me was a lesson of the soul, and I would not erase a single one to get here faster. Every version of you deserves to be acknowledged now. The clumsy draft, the broken one, the one who didn't know how, the one who failed the test and the one who said the wrong, the one who almost gave it up. They all belong to the song. Every version of me is the reason for the 1, 2 day. Every version of me was a step toward this. Every version of me was a part of the bliss and part of the disaster in the middle of the mess. Every version of me was inside the process. Every version of me was the price of becoming whole. Every version of me was the passage of the soul through the fire and the learning and the beautiful unknown. Every version of me was a stepping stone. Every version of me, I would not trade a single one. Every version of me, every version of me, every daughter and every son. Every version of me, every version of me. This is where it's all come from. Honor every version, even ones you rather hide. Honor every version, they were all on your side, even when they stumbled, even when they fell. Every version of you had a story left to tell. Every version of me was a necessary thing. Every version of me, every version of me was a step toward this. Every version of me was a part of the bliss and part of the disaster in the middle of the mess. Every version of me was inside the process. Every version of me was the price of becoming whole. Every version of me was the passage of the soul through the fire and the learning and the beautiful unknown. Every version of me was a stepping stone. Every version of me, I would not trade a single one. Every version of me, every daughter and every son. Every version of me, every version of me. This is where it's all come from. I forgive the version that was scared to take the leap. I forgive the version that cried itself to sleep. I honor every version that was lost and then was found. Every version of me was the meaning of the sound. Every version of me, every version of me, every version of me was a step toward this. Every version of me was a part of the bliss and part of the disaster in the middle of the mess. Every version of me was inside the process. Every version of me was the price of becoming whole. Every version of me was the passage of the soul through the fire and the learning and the beautiful unknown. Every version of me was a stepping stone. Every version of me, I would not trade a single one. Every version of me, every version of me, every daughter and every son. Every version of me, every version of me. This is where it's all come from. Every version, still becoming more. Every version, opening every door. We are the sum of every self we've known. Every version of me was the path back home. I was born in a city where the lights never slept, where the hustle was the only kind of promise we kept. 14 years old with a notebook and a dream, nothing in my pocket but the hunger in between. My teachers wrote me off like I was destined for the floor, but the fire in my chest said I was built for something more. I remember staying late when everyone had left, writing bars in the dark with nothing but my breath. Every word I carved out was a battle and a prayer. Every night I chose to rise instead of surrender right there. The flames we carry never asked for perfect ground. Lost my best friend in the autumn of my 17th year. He was the one who always said that I should persevere. I carry every memory like letters in a coat. Every verse I write for him is every word I wrote. The road bent sharp and cruel when I wasn't looking straight, but I learned that broken roads are how we navigate. They offered me the easy path and I declined the door, because comfortable was never what I was living for. I've been climbing through the dark with nothing but my hands, but I built a life so bright it finally understands that the flames we carry are the only map we need. So light it up and let them see the fire in your name. We didn't come this far just to float inside the rain. Every scar we carry is a medal we have earned. Hold the flame up higher for the lessons that we learned. This is not the end, this is everything we've been. We are the flames we carry through the night. We are the ones who turn the darkest into light. Every broken road we walk became the ground we stand. Every scar upon our body was the making of this land. We are the flames, the flames, the flames that never die. The words and voices rising, singing fire to the sky. Every time they pushed us down, we came back twice as strong. We are the flames we carry and we carried them along. No surrender, no retreat, we burn through every wall. We are the flames we carry and we carry them for all. Carry the flame, we are alive. Carry the flame, watch us survive. Carry the flame higher, burn through the night. Carry the flame, we are alive. Carry the flame, watch us alive. Carry the flame, we were always the fire. We are the flames. We are the flames we carry through the night. We are the ones who turn the darkness into light. Every broken road we walk became the ground we stand. Every scar upon our body was the making of this land. We are the flames, the flames, the flames that never die. We the voices rising, singing fire to the sky. Every time they pushed us down, we came back twice as strong. We are the flames we carry and we carried them along. No surrender, no retreat, we burn through every wall. We are the flames we carry and we carry them for all. We got the vibe. We can for when the world goes quiet and the cold moves in, we don't bow to darkness, we ignite again. Everything they said we'd never be, we became. Every doubt they put on us just added to the flame. We are the fire and the fire is the name. We are the flames we carry through the night. We are the ones who turn the darkness into light. Every broken road we walk became the ground we stand. Every scar upon our body was the making of this land. We are the flames, the flames, the flames that never died. All the voices rising, rising, singing fire to the sky. Every time they pushed us down, we came back twice as strong. We are the flames we carry and we carried them along. No surrender, no retreat, we burn through every wall. We are the flames we carry and we carry them for all. Flames we carry, always burning bright. Flames we carry through the darkest night. We were the fire from the very start. Flames we carry, burning in the heart. I started from a place so low I didn't have a name. A city block forgotten at the margin of the game, where ambition was a dirty word and dreaming was naive. And everyone you trusted told you not to dare believe. I remember being 12 and watching from the outside in, at a world that wasn't made for kids who looked like where I've been. I had no mentor, no advisor, no one lighting up the path. Just a wrong calibrated hunger in the aftermath of watching everyone around me settle for the small, and swearing I would rather burn completely than not go at all. The ground zero is where glory is decided, not at the top. I've spoken to the versions of myself I left behind. The angry 17-year-old with nothing but his mind. The 21-year-old who almost turned the other way, who had fear rejection letters on the table of that day. I visit them in memories and tell them they were right to keep the fire burning through the most impossible of math. Because the one who made it back to tell the story now is built entirely from the grit. I'm not knowing how but going anyway. That's the only code I know. You start from ground zero and you let the glory grow. Slowly, painfully, magnificently out of the dark. You don't need a starting gift or a platform hand to clean. You just need the hunger and the stubborn in between. Every empire in the history of everything began with someone standing at the ground zero with a plan. Ground zero is not fair. Ground zero is the launch. Ground zero glory. Built from nothing, built from scratch. Ground zero glory. Every burn and every scratch. We began at the bottom of the low, and we climbed until the people who forgot us watched us glow. Ground zero glory. We are the testimony. Ground zero glory. The improbable story. is not shame. Ground zero is the start. Ground zero is not silence. Ground zero is the art of turning nothing into everything through will. Ground zero to the summit is a choice and it is real. Ground zero glory. We are climbing still. Ground zero glory. Built from nothing, built from scratch. Ground zero glory. Every burden, every scratch. We begin at the bottom of the low, and we climb until the people who forgot us watched us flow. Ground zero glory. We are the testimony. Ground zero glory. The improbable story of those who random started life, but you won in the dirt and ran the race, regardless of the bleeding and the hurt. Ground zero glory. Every zero was a seed. Ground zero. Ground zero glory. Watch us go for every need. Ground zero to glory. Always has been. Ground zero to glory. Written deep within. We built it from the nothing in the raw. Ground zero glory. That's the only law. The tide was low for such a long time that I forgot to feel a water rising fast enough to make the hunger real. I walked the tidal flats for years in search of something more than the receded ocean and the exposed ocean floor. My feet were caked in silt and salt from seasons of the way, from years of asking whether opportunity was late or whether it had passed me in the night without a sound. And I was standing ankle deep while others had been found.
And lifted, I refuse to leave the shoreline of my dream, believing that the high tide will be greater than it seemed. When it finally came and come it would, I told myself.
The tide came in on a morning I'd almost stopped expecting. It came in quietly at first without the fanfare of selecting a specific day or hour. It just started filling in the spaces I had given up and chose to start again. It rose above the waterline, I memorized its floor, and then above the landmarks I had known, and then some more. And I was suddenly in water to my chest and then my chin, and I was swimming in the ocean I had lived my life within, but never truly touched before. The deep end of the dream is always further in and waiting at the edge would seem. The high tide only finds the ones who stay beside the sea.
Stay beside the shoreline of the thing you came here for, even when the tide is out and even when you're sore. From the standing and the waiting and the not yet of the years, high tide doesn't come to those who left the shore in tears. Stay. The high tide is already on its way to you. High tide is already on its way to you. High tide, we stay beside the sea. High tide, and it came for you and me. Every low tide here was just the water pulling back to return with greater force and bring us what we lack. High tide, the ocean always feels. High tide, it rises through the stills in the silence and the years of the fighting quiet. See the high tide comes for everyone who stayed with their belief. We are swimming in the deep end now, and we don't even need to know the how. We are swimming in the deep end now. Stay at the shore, stay at the edge, stay at the line, stay through the low tide, stay through the grind. Every low tide is the promise of a high tide yet to come. Stay, the ocean always rises for the stubborn and the summer. The ocean always rises for the stubborn and the some. High tide, we stay beside the sea. High tide, and it came for you and me. Every low tide here was just the water pulling back to return with greater force and bring us what we lack. High tide, the ocean always feels. High tide, it rises through the stills in the silence and the years of the flight and quiet. See the high tide comes for everyone who stayed with their belief. We are swimming in the deep end now. We don't even need to know the how. We made it to the deep. Across the water's deep. High tide, we made it to the deep. High tide, across the water's deep. We stayed beside the shore until it came, and the ocean knows our name.
They wrote the opening chapter, but I'm writing every page from here. I put the pen in my own hand the day I conquered fear. The first draft was a mess of all the things that I was told. The second draft was everything I burned before the cold could settle in my bones and turn my hunger into stone. I spent 3 years in silence writing verses all alone. No applause, no validation, just a midnight in the pen. Writing, crossing out and writing, starting over
over once again. The Iron Chapter isn't made by those who play it safe. It's made by those who walk directly into every chafe and come out on the other side with something tempered true. I watched 100 people quit the road I was still on. They had more talent in their sleep than I could ever done. But talent without hunger is a fire with no wood, and hunger without discipline is just misunderstood. I made the discipline my armor and the hunger was my blade. I showed up every single day regardless of the grade. The industry was cold to me for longer than I'd like, but cold just made me sharper like the winter makes a spike. A vice, precise and purposeful and harder than the rest. I took every cold shoulder and I turned it to a test. The Iron Chapter opens when you choose to not retreat. Every word you write alone at night becomes the iron page. Every time you stay when everyone is left becomes a stage. Forge yourself in quiet for the spotlight finds your name. Not every Iron Chapter starts with glory, some start plain. The Iron Chapter is the one you write through all the pain. Iron Chapter, we are writing in the dark. Iron Chapter, every word becomes a spark. We didn't wait for perfect light or perfect circumstance. We built our Iron Chapter out of every broken chance. Iron Chapter forged from every fall. Iron Chapter built to outlast all. The one never suffered for the thing they said they loved. To know the weight of Iron Chapters, push and pull and shove. In the form through fire, pressure, time and she desire. Iron Chapter, we are riding in the fire. Write the Iron Chapter now while no one's looking on. Write the Iron Chapter through the doubt before the dawn. Every Iron sentence is a promise to yourself. Don't leave your Iron Chapter sitting dusty on a shelf. Iron Chapter, this is how legends are born. Iron Chapter, we are writing in the dark. Iron Chapter, every word becomes a spark. We didn't wait for perfect light or perfect circumstance. We built an Iron Chapter out of every broken chance. Iron Chapter built from every fall. Iron Chapter built to outlast all. Iron suffered for the thing they said they loved. Don't know the weight of Iron Chapters, push and pulled and shoved. In the form through fire, pressure, time and she desire. Iron Chapter, we are writing in the fire. Iron doesn't form without the heat. Iron doesn't hold without the beat. A hammer after hammer after hammer on the soul. The Iron Chapter breaks you down before it makes you whole. We are iron, forged and worth the toll. Iron Chapter, we are riding in the dark. Iron Chapter, every word becomes a spark. We didn't wait for perfect light or perfect circumstance. We built an Iron Chapter out of every broken chance. Iron Chapter forged from every fall. Iron Chapter built to outlast all. The one never chapter for the thing they said they loved. To know the weight of Iron Chapters, pushed and pulled and shoved. In the form through fire, pressure, time and she desire. Iron Chapter, we are writing in the fire. Iron Chapter, still unfinished, still alive. Iron Chapter, written by those who survived. We are the words on the page of the heart. Iron Chapter, the permanent scar. I've been the lighthouse, keeper on the edge of my own coast, maintaining the one light that matters to me most. Yeah, feeding oil to the flame when every wind tried to extinguish. Watching through the glass for ships that needed to distinguish. Safe passage from the rocks that lay beneath the waterline. I kept the light through every storm that was supposed to shine. Through the hurricane of 22 and the fog of 24. Through the flat, calm years when nothing seemed worth fighting for. A lighthouse keeper doesn't only work when ships are near. A lighthouse keeper keeps the light through every kind of year. Even when the sea's empty, even when no one can see. I met a lighthouse keeper once, outside of Nashville town. She kept her life for 40 years and never let it down. She told me that the hardest days were not the hurricane. The hardest days were ordinary, still and almost plain. When nothing tested anything and habit couldn't won. When the life felt more like duty than the reason it was done. She said the lighthouse keeper's artist choosing it again. Not when the ships are drowning, but on every quiet day. When there's no emergency to justify the fire in the tower. She said that's where the real lighthouse keepers show their power. In the ordinary morning, when they choose to keep the light. Keep the light even on the days when no one needs it yet. Keep the light through every season, every loss, every regret. You are the lighthouse keeper of the life you're building now. Keep the beam rotating, don't allow the dark to drown. The lighthouse keepers
promise is to never let it go dark.
Lighthouse keeper,
Keep the beam alive tonight.
lighthouse keeper,
We are holding up the light for every ship that's sailing through the dark without a guide, for every soul that needs a shore to finally be beside.
lighthouse keeper,
This is our devotion.
lighthouse keeper,
We are light upon the ocean, even when the weather breaks and even when the tower shakes, even when the glass is cracked and everything that it takes is everything we have. We keep the lighthouse burning bright. Lighthouse keeper, we are guardians of the light. Keep it burning, keep it turning, keep the beam in place. Keep it burning, keep it turning, light the dark in space. Every ship that finds us shore because of what we gave is every reason we were here and every soul we saved. Lighthouse keeper, never let the light go out.
lighthouse keeper,
Keep the beam alive tonight.
lighthouse keeper,
We are holding up the light for every ship that's sailing through the dark without a guide, for every soul that needs a shore to finally be beside.
lighthouse keeper,
This is our devotion.
lighthouse keeper,
We are light upon the ocean, even when the weather breaks and even when the tower shakes, even when the glass is cracked and everything that it takes is everything we have. We keep the lighthouse burning bright. Lighthouse keeper, we are guardians of the light. The ships that found the shore tonight don't know our name. We didn't keep the light for credit, glory, or for fame. We kept it for the midnight sailors searching in the black. We kept it so the ones who left could always find their way back. Lighthouse keeper, we keep the light for that.
lighthouse keeper,
The beam alive tonight.
lighthouse keeper,
We are holding up the light for every ship that's sailing through the dark without a guide, for every soul that needs a shore to finally be beside.
lighthouse keeper,
This is our devotion.
lighthouse keeper,
We are light upon the ocean, even when the weather breaks and even when the tower shakes, even when the glass is cracked and everything that it takes is everything we have. We keep the lighthouse burning bright. Lighthouse keeper, we are guardians of the light. Lighthouse keeper, still burning through the dark.
lighthouse keeper,
Still tending every spark. We are the light on the edge of the world. Lighthouse keeper, forever unfurled. Before they knew my name, I whispered it into the wind. Before the world was listening, I let my voice begin. In empty rooms and hallways and the corridors of doubt, I practiced the arrival of the moment I break out. I sang to no one watching and I wrote to no one reading, and the only validation that I had was my own needing to be better, to be truer, to be worthy of the stage that I believe was waiting somewhere beyond that age of obscurity and silence, when the world just didn't know that somewhere in the quiet I was building up the glow that would eventually become too bright to be ignored. The name of the wind carried before the megaphone, it traveled through the whispers and the grapevine to the bone of those who needed it, the ones who heard it on the road at 2 a.m. while carrying their unmanageable load, and felt for just a moment that someone understood the specific weight of being young and misunderstood. My name in the wind became the thing that I had owed to every future person standing at the crossroads. I kept the promise that I made when I was still unknown, that if the wind would carry it, I'd never let it go. And now the wind is singing, and the name is not just mine. Before the stage and spotlight, write your name into the air. Before the world is listening, sing it into every prayer. Your name of the wind travels further than you know. Every whisper you release becomes the future's echo. Name it in the wind and let it find the ones who need it. Name in the wind, we sent it out before we knew. Name in the wind, we spoke it loud because it's true. Every whisper in the silence was the prelude of the roar. Every name we called into the dark came back and brought us more. Name in the wind, we are the ones who dare to say. Name in the wind, who we were and who we be someday. Every voice that rises from the nowhere and the unknown is a name inside the wind that's searching for a home. Name in the wind, we said it and it carried far. Name in the wind, it always knew exactly where we are. Say your name out loud into the empty room. Say your name before the lights, before the world makes room. Every name declared in private is the seed of what comes next. Your name in the wind becomes the chorus and the text. Name in the wind, say it and begin. Name in the wind, we sent it out before we knew. Name in the wind, we spoke it loud because it's true. Every whisper in the silence was the prelude of the roar. Every name we called into the dark came back and brought us more. Name in the wind, we are the ones who dare to say. Name in the wind, who we were and who we'd be someday. Every voice that rises from the nowhere and the unknown is a name inside the wind that's searching for a home. Name in the wind, we sent it and it carried far. Name in the wind, it always knew exactly where we are. The wind carried
carries every name to where it needs to be. The wind delivers us to those who need what we can see.
We don't decide the where and when, we only send it out. The wind takes care of everything the wind was built about.
Name it in the wind, release it and it flies.
Name of the wind, we sent it out before we knew. Name of the wind, we spoke it loud because it's true. Every whisper in the silence was a prelude of the roar. Every name we called into the dark came back and brought us more. Name of the wind, we are the ones who dare to say. Name of the wind, who we were and who we be someday. Every voice that rises from the nowhere and the unknown is a name inside the wind that's searching for a home. Name of the wind, we sent it and it carried far. Name of the wind, it always knew exactly where we are.
Name of the wind, still traveling still. Name of the wind, climbing every hill. We sent our name before the world was ready to receive. Name in the wind, and the wind chose to believe.
They poured the salt into my wounds and called it honesty. They said that I was chasing stars that I would never see. They counted every shortcoming before I'd even try, and handed me a ceiling as a substitute for sky. I took the salt and laid it on the table where it fell, and chose to see the mineral, not the wound that it would tell. Because salt preserving seasons and it keeps the good alive, and I was gonna need every grain of it to survive. The years ahead were heavy with a weight I had a name, but salt was in my bloodstream and the gold was being claimed. Slowly deep inside the pressure of the years I was becoming. The goal was always in the process, not the finish line. It was in the 40 rejections in the bottom of the line. It was in the year I worked 3 jobs and wrote at 4 a.m. It was in the first time someone said they heard themselves in them. My words, that moment changed the entire equation. My purpose wasn't fame or fortune, it was recognition of the human in the other who was also carrying weight. The goal was always in the sharing of the unbearable freight. I've been collecting salt and gold since I was barely grown, and everything I carried I had never carried alone. Because the ones who came to listen were the ones who carried too. Every wound becomes the salt that seasons who you are. Every scar becomes the pressure that refines the inner star. You were not the open wound, you were the gold inside. Salt and gold together are the alchemy of pride. Salt to gold, that is the story of becoming. Salt and gold, we were made from both. Salt and gold, that's the ancient oath. Every bitter wound we carry seasons something beautiful. Every pressure that we lift through made the gold more beautiful. Salt and gold, we are the testimony. Salt and gold, the improbable, the whole. We are the wound that became the wonder, the hurt that became whole. The salt became the gold inside the furnace of the soul. Salt and gold, everything we suffered made us more. Salt and gold, we were always worth the store. Salt and gold, every bitter year becomes a flavor of the soul. Every painful season is the pressure making whole. Salt and gold, we were always the alchemy. Salt and gold, we were made from both. Salt and gold, that's the ancient oath. Every bitter when we carry seasons something beautiful. Every pressure that we lived through made the gold more beautiful. Salt and gold, we are the testimony. Salt and gold, the improbable, the whole. We are the one that became the wonder, the hurt that became whole. The salt became the gold inside the furnace of the soul. Salt and gold, everything we suffered made us more. Salt and gold, we were always worth the store. Salt and gold, everything we suffered made us more. Salt without the wound would have no place to rest. Gold without the pressure would not pass the test. We are the meeting point of everything that stings and everything that shines when the morning finally brings. Salt and gold, we are both, and both are us. Salt and gold, we were made from both. Salt and gold, that's the ancient oath. Every bitter one we carry seasons something beautiful. Every pressure that we lived through made the gold more beautiful. Salt and gold, we are the testimony. Salt and gold, the improbable, the whole. We are the wound that became the wonder, the hurt that became whole. The salt became the gold inside the furnace of the soul. Salt and gold, everything we suffered made us more. And gold, we were always worth the store. And gold, every bitter year becomes a flavor of the soul. Salt and gold, still refining still. Salt and gold against the uphill. We are the alchemy of all we've known. Salt and gold, the finest ore we've grown.
I hit the ground so hard, I thought the ground would swallow me. I lay there in the rubble of the person I used to be to get up turn 23. I had nothing left to offer and I couldn't even see.
Past a broken week, I was surviving one day at a time. Every breath I took felt like an uphill climb. My friends had all moved forward to the chapters I hadn't missed, and I was stuck in rewinding every moment that I kissed goodbye to so too early. Every dream I let slip through, I catalog my failures like a list of what I blew. But some are deep beneath the rubble, something still had pulse. I got up on a Tuesday when the light came inside, race spin. Didn't know that Tuesday would become where I begin. I made one call, wrote one line, took one step out the door. Didn't know that one step was the start of something more. The second wind came slowly like a tide that turns at sea. It wasn't thunder crashing, it was quietly becoming me. I started gathering the fragments piece by careful piecing every fragment I picked up, providing some relief. The version that emerged was not the one that felt that year, but something stronger, something clearer, something went out feel. The second wind arrived the moment I chose not to quit. Yeah.
You don't need to have it all together to begin. Sometimes the most courageous thing is just to breathe again. Like the second wind, find you where you are right now. You don't have to know the why before you learn to how.
Stand up one more time. The second wind is yours. Second wind, feel it in your lungs. Second wind, this is not the last of us. We fell so many times, the ground became familiar earth. But every time we rose again, we multiplied our worth. Second wind, breathe it in and run. Second wind, we are not yet done. The ones who said we never find our footing in this place don't know the kind of hunger that is living in this place. Second wind, we choose to rise again. We will not break and bend. We are a second wind. Breathe it in, breathe it out. This is our second chance. Breathe it in, breathe it out. Find your second stance. We don't need perfect timing and we don't need perfect ground. The second wind is coming every time we turn around. Second wind, we were always meant to rise. Second wind, feel it in your lungs. Second wind, this is not the last of us. We fell so many times, the ground became familiar earth. But every time we rose again, we multiplied our worth. Second wind, breathe it in and run. Second wind, we are not yet done. The ones who said we never find our footing in this race don't know the kind of hunger that is living in this place. Second wind, we choose to rise again. Second wind, we will not break and bend. We are the second wind. When the finish line feels like the fantasy too far, when you look into the mirror and you don't know who you are, remember every man with unbegins standing still. The second wind rise for those who choose to run uphill. Stand up, the second wind is waiting at the hill. So feel it in your lungs. Second wind, this is not the last of us. We fell so many times it probably became familiar earth. But every time we rose again, we multiplied our worth. Second wind, breathe it in and run. Second wind, we are not yet done. The ones who said we never find our footing in this race don't know the kind of hunger that is living in this place. Second wind, still breathing still. Second wind, climbing every hill. We are the ones who chose to rise. Second wind, a lot behind the eyes. A lot behind the eyes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Oh.
Ay, yeah, the first draft was a disaster and the second wasn't far. The third draft almost broke me underneath the evening star. I threw the fourth one at the wall and watched the pages fall. Picked them off the floor at midnight and rewrote them all. 5, 6, 7 drafts, each one a different kind of wrong. But wrong was just the distance between silence and a song. My mentor said that genius is a myth they sold to sell, that every masterpiece was built on drafts that didn't gel. I didn't believe him until draft number 23, when something shifted in the core of what was meant for me. And draft 24 came out like it had always been inside. I Think about the songs that never made the final cut, the bridges that collapsed before the chorus could be shut into shape, the verses that were close but not quite there, the choruses I killed because they still had something bare about them. Not quite true enough to carry all the weight, not quite vulnerable enough to open every gate. Each discarded draft was not a failure but a step. Each deleted line was part of everything I kept in me. The understanding of what doesn't work and knowing what won't work is where the real knowledge lurks. 1,000 drafts are just 1,000 doors until you find the one.
Write the draft that terrifies you, write the one that's wrong. Write the draft you're certain is too honest and too long. Write the draft that makes you cringe and write the one that stinks. Write through all the drafts until the real one finally sinks in.
1,000 drafts are just the road to one that's true.
1,000 drafts, 1,000 nights alone. 1,000 drafts, 1,000 seeds we sown.
Every failed attempt was just a chisel finding form. Every draft that missed the mark was just the eye before the storm.
1,000 drafts,
we would write them all again.
1,000 drafts,
Through every loss and every gain, the masterpiece was buried in the mountain all along, and we became the miners who could dig it into song.
1,000 drafts,
We never stopped the pen.
1,000 drafts,
And we would write 1,000 more. Amen. Write the draft, tear it up, write it once more. Write the draft, start again, open every door. Every crumpled page is just the eye before the storm. Of gathering that was just a guess that led to storm.
1,000
Drafts and aftermath was always then.
1,000
Every loss amazing, every gain. The masterpiece was buried in the mountain all along, and we became the miners who could dig it into song.
1,000 drafts,
We never stopped the pen.
1,000 drafts,
And we would write 1,000 more. Amen. Write the draft, tear it up, write it once more. Write the draft, start again, open every door. Every crumpled page is just a path to what is true. Every draft that failed was just a draft that led to you.
1,000 drafts,
The masterpiece was always there. 1,000 drafts, 1,000 drafts,
1,000 drafts,
1,000 nights alone, 1,000 seeds we sown. Every failed attempt was just a chisel finding form. Every draft that missed the mark was just the eye before the storm.
1,000 drafts,
So we would write them all again.
1,000 drafts,
Through every loss and every gain, the masterpiece was buried in the mountain all along. We became the miners who could dig it in a song.
1,000 drafts,
We never stopped the pen.
1,000 drafts,
And we would write 1,000 more. Amen.
1,000 drafts,
Still writing, still
1,000 drafts,
against the uphill.
we are the ones who never stop. 1,000 drafts until the masterpiece drops.
I've been standing at the threshold of the thing I'm meant to do for years now, with my hand upon the handle and my view fixed on what was waiting on the other side of here. Paralyzed by everything that wasn't quite the fear of failure, but the fear of what success would rearrange. The fear of being different and the vertigo of change. I had rehearsed the opening for longer than I'll say, and every morning I would almost take the step today. But the threshold has a gravity I underestimated then, a force that holds you at the edge before you walk within. And I learned that the only way across it is to go. The moment that I crossed it was a Tuesday in the fall. I didn't have a speech prepared or anything at all. I simply put one foot across the line and then the next, and found myself inside the life I'd always pre-annexed in my imagination. But the real thing was different, not better, not exactly worse, just present and consistent. It was harder in the details and more beautiful in some than everything I drafted in the days before I'd come to the threshold and decided I was ready or I wasn't. And that waiting for the readiness was something that it doesn't do. Readiness is found by crossing, not by waiting here. The threshold will not open from the outside on its own. You have to be the one who turns the handle, turns it home. Every life you want to live is on the other side of here. The threshold was designed to be crossed, not disappear. One step across, that's all the threshold ever asks. Threshold, we are standing at the door. Threshold, everything we worked and hungered for is on the other side of the step we haven't taken yet. The threshold is the moment between the dream and the regret. Threshold, put your hand upon the frame. Threshold, step inside and claim your name. Every soul who changed the room they lived in had to cross. Every life that mattered first encountered its own loss of everything familiar. Threshold is the price of new. Threshold, step across and let it remake you. Threshold, don't look back at what you're leaving now. Threshold, you don't need to fully know the how. Every step across the threshold is the death of what was here. Every step across the threshold is a birth into the clear. Threshold, everything begins on the other side. Threshold, we are standing at the door. Threshold, everything we worked and hungered for is on the other side of the step we haven't taken yet. The threshold is the moment between the dream and the regret. Threshold, put your hand upon the frame. Threshold,
price of new. Threshold. Step across and let it remake you. Threshold. Don't look back at what you're leaving now. Threshold. You don't need to fully know the how. Every step across the threshold is the death of what was here. Every step across the threshold is the birth into the clear. Threshold. Everything begins on the other side. Threshold. We are standing at the door. Threshold. Everything we worked and hungered for is on the other side of the step we haven't taken yet. The threshold is the moment between the dream and the regret. Threshold. Put your hand upon the frame. Threshold. Step inside and claim your name. Every soul changed the room they lived and had to cross. Every life that mattered first encountered its own loss of everything familiar. Threshold is the price of new. Threshold. Step across and let it remake you. Threshold. Cross it and walk in. Every life we want, it starts right here. Threshold, the other side is clear. Nobody told me that the wings would be this heavy to wear. That the higher up you climb, the thinner out the air. That freedom has a price tag written on the underside. And nobody mentions all the vertigo inside. I earned these wings through years of falling and of getting up. Through years of nearly empty and of never having enough. Through rooms that wouldn't let me in and tables with no chair. Through cities that would greet me with a cold and different stare. But I kept spreading wings, even when the way was wrong. And slowly I discovered I was built for all along. The way the wings get lighter as you learn to trust the sky. I know a girl who clipped her own wings back when she was young. Afraid that flying openly would cost her every rung. She climbed instead the ladders that the world already built, and wore her folded wings beneath the coat of quiet guilt. One day she let me see them and they were magnificent. The kind of wings that change the air when given their intent. She was terrified to open them in front of watching eyes, but the moment that she stretched them out, she split the very skies. I think of her whenever my own wings begin to ache, and remember that the weight of wings is worth the risk we take. To finally let the world see everything we always were. You were given wings for a reason beyond walking on the ground. You were built to carry weight and beauty in the sound of everything you are when you allow yourself to fly. The weight of wings was always meant to take you to the sky. Open every feather, let the wind decide the rest. Weight of wings, we carry it and rise. Weight of wings, we claim our rightful skies. Every heavy feather is the record of a sacrifice. Every painful wing beat is the paying of a price. Weight of wings, we were not built to fold. Weight of wings, we were not built to hold back the thing that we were given from the very start. The weight of wings was always living in the heart. We carry it, we carry it, we carry every gram weight of wings. And this is exactly who I am. Carry the weight, spread the wing, find the thermal high. Carry the weight, trust the wind, learn to amplify. Every feather is a chapter of the cost of being free. Every wing's been earned in darkness is the proof of what will be. Weight of wings, let them carry you above. Weight of wings, we carry it and rise. Weight of wings, we claim our rightful skies. Every heavy feather is the record of a sacrifice. Every painful wing beat is the paying of a price. Weight of wings, we were not built to fold. Weight of wings, we were not built to hold back the thing that we were given from the very start. The weight of wings was always living in the heart. We carry it, we carry it, we carry every gram weight of wings. And this is exactly who I am. Carry it, we carry it, we carry every gram weight of wings. And this is exactly who I am. Wings were not meant for display above the metal shelf. Wings were built for those who finally choose to be themselves. Though it gets lighter with every mile of open air.